Mm. You know what? I am having a little bit of problems with my screen here. Alexia, I might need you. I can't see everything.
Okay, I'll come over.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's see.
Zoom.
Okay, good. Thank you for bearing with me. We'll get started now. Okay, if you have not already answered in the chat, um, please do. All right, so we're here today to talk about self-care in and out of the classroom. All right. So a little bit of housekeeping. If you see the line through your mic, that means we cannot hear you. So you can push the little carrot button there to share what you guys are speaking about. And then we have the video. If you see a line through your video, that means we cannot see you. If you don't see the line, then we can see you. And then using the chat, you just click the little chat button there, and then we have it there. All right, so our agenda, we're going to define self-care, share successes and challenges, and we're going to talk about exploring strategies for teaching, and we're going to discuss and develop actions for implementation. All right, let's define self-care. So, if you could, in the chat, how often do you plan for self-care in the classroom? Is it A, every day, B, once a week, or C, only during, only half a day, or D, not at all? So A, every day, B, once a day, C, half a day, and then D, not at all. Okay. Oh, good. Somebody said every day. Good. Sometimes could be, okay, once a day. That's awesome. Good, good, good. All right. So when we think about self-care in the classroom, we have this one principle practice here, collaborates with instructional team, including families to plan lessons, establish objectives, and address children's individual needs. The early learning practice are a set of practices that adapt evidence-based research that, when is done intently, will promote positive outcomes for children. So with this one, collaborating with your team and talking with them even when you want or some time. If you're getting too frustrated, definitely letting them know, hey guys, I need to step out. This is really important. And collaborate with the children. Today, I feel very frustrated today, or I feel so sad. I didn't get a chance to get my coffee. Communicate with them. That helps them understand that it's okay to have those feelings as well. All right. All right. So does anybody know about class? If you are familiar with class, just say, yes, I'm familiar, not familiar, and say not familiar as well in the chat. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So class is an observational tool used to look at high quality teaching, teacher-child interactions and child-to-child interactions. Predictable routines will help classroom organize behavior support and responsive caregiving, and can enhance classroom class scores. Self-care can lead to increased positive climate and decrease negative climate. Okay, good. I see some of you guys are familiar. So this is great. Thank you. Thank you for answering in the chat. All right. So let's define self-care. Self-care involves incorporating activities aimed at restoring and improving your physical and emotional well-being into your everyday life. So include some of those friends who are saying they do this every day. You're already on track. You want to make sure we're trying to do this every day, even if it's taking 5 minutes after you've gotten home in your car, taking a couple deep breaths before you go in, and deciding, okay, today I'm not going to fold the laundry. I'll fold it tomorrow. Or even in your classroom, today I know messing with this paint is going to be too much. We're going to figure out a different way, maybe put it in Ziploc bags today, and we're going to play with paint that way. Making sure you alter your day to make it adjustable for you and for your children as well. So looking at positive outcomes for children helps children identify their physical and emotional needs. So teaching children about self-care helps them with their physical and emotional needs. Let them know that, hey, it's time for me to take a deep breath. I need to get my emotions in check. And two, helps teach children how to reset. It's definitely important now. I know dealing with behaviors and different things of that nature, letting them know how to just calm my body to reset. Even with us as teachers, we need to reset. When that child is through all the paint on the floor or doesn't want to do their project, taking that deep breath to reset is much needed, to just restart. Okay, an increase of self-awareness, which is protective factor that can reduce unwanted behavior. So just like we were saying before, knowing that you need that time, calling on your co-teacher or your director and letting them know that you need to take a couple minutes outside just to take some breaths, go in the bathroom and breathe, and come back. This is so important for you and the children. All right. All right, now we're gonna go into some breakout rooms. So we have a couple questions here. We'll put them in the chat. What are some self-care strategies that are your favorite to do with your students and why? And what are some behavior barriers or challenges you experience what are some behavior or challenges you experience that might prevent you from practicing self-care? So once you go in your breakout rooms, you can answer those two questions. And make sure I get you started with your breakout room. I'll go ahead and put this in the chat.
I went ahead and put it in the chat for you,
Oh,
Wanda.
perfect. Thank you.
Yes,
Woo,
my pleasure.
you're on it. Perfect. All right. So, Lexi, if you could do, let's do 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a second. Almost got it ready.
Mhm.
Kwanda, I'm gonna have you join room 2.
Okay.
And Shai, I'll have you in room 1, and then I'll be in room 3.
Perfecto. Where you put me? Where you put me?
I thought I put you in a room, but your name
No.
no.
Oh, because I have my name is Terry, probably. Forgot to change it.
I'll poke in on both rooms.
Okay. Okay. Welcome back. All right. So did anybody want to discuss anything they talked about in their breakout room that was interesting?
So in our breakout room, one of the teachers shared that breathing and also talking about how things make us feel.
Mhm.
She said that that's one of her favorite strategies to use. And then, yes, Miss Trisha said that. And then also Miss Andrea shared that she likes to do reading as part of self-care.
Mhm.
And she does that with the children as well, because they all are on one page and everybody's calm and interested in talking about the book. And it also helps them calm down when they're able to read a book to her. Mhm. And we talked about that. And just one of the barriers that was shared was that there's just so much to do that you don't
Mhm.
have time to stop and practice that self-care.
Mhm. 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 So true. All right. Thank you. Thank you guys for sharing. Okay. Mhm. All right. So now with our next slide, we're going to talk about once you do have that moment where you can't, or you have that moment when you're about to explode, or you feel you need to take a breather. Here are some suggestions that we that I put together. So once a challenging or stressful event occurs, pause, take time to step back, um, take a second to breathe, count to 3. Think about what the children is trying to communicate. So most of the time when you see the challenging behavior, they're trying to tell us something. So try in that moment to think about what they're trying to say or what they're trying to tell us, and then take action and help the child calm and change activities and ask for help. So this part, they don't know how to, ask for help a lot of times, or they don't know how to control their anger or their sadness. So us being the teachers, we're actually trying to figure out which ways we can help them calm and reset. And then celebrate your efforts. Once they've calmed down, you celebrate too, because now you have helped that child calm down, and now you avoided so much that could have happened. So don't forget to celebrate your efforts as well. Okay. Anybody have any of those experiences happen today where a kid was about to explode, or anything happened to you that you had to calm it down and actually took time to celebrate yourself? Definitely much needed. Okay. So now we're going to explore strategies for teaching self-care. All right, so strategies for teaching self-care, cozy corner. So I know a lot of times teachers have gotten away from cozy corners, but I think it's really important to teach them how to use it and what is it for. We as teachers or adults and wives, sometimes we need time out as well to go and just calm our bodies down. So the cozy corner has been proven to help kids control impulses, behavior, improve communication skills, and better understand positively coping with their emotions. So we stress with Cozy Corner. You must teach them how to use the Cozy Corner. And then give choices in each activity. Giving the students choice and makes them feel a part of the activity. Choices can increase their engagement and motivation. It allows them to feel like they have power or control over their learning, and then increase confidence as well. Feeling chart. Asking children how they feel throughout the day. Having feeling charts allows them to put name to that feeling that they're feeling. So, feeling chart teaches students about feelings, and it models your behavior. So they're looking for you to do this as well. Model, model, model. I always say, um, I try to teach act like my kids are foreigners and they don't know our language or anything. And so if you treat them that way, you'll be able to give them the better instructions on how to use it and how to, when you feel this way, these are some things you do. And you feel sad, look at your eyes, look at your mouth, letting them know how it feels to be sad or what they would look like if they were sad. All right. And then take the activities outside. Outside reduces stress by 58%. So just taking them outside to give them that break, take circle time outside, read a book outside, giving them the time to just enjoy nature. Nature definitely can improve your mood. Yeah, so taking an activity outside can immediately change your mood and help you feel more relaxed, and it reduces stress and anger. All right, so now we're gonna watch a little video. We're gonna start, it should be about a good 7 minutes. We'll stop it just before it ends. I just want you guys to definitely think about some of the things she's saying and see what you can learn from her. Let me know if you guys can hear. You can hear it okay? Okay. Let me see if I can. Oh,
That question, honestly feel,
okay, here we go.
right? Ask a teacher that question, and the answer could be absolutely terrifying. As human beings, we have become pretty shocking at taking care of ourselves. But as teachers, we have reached a whole other level of neglect. A third of teachers quit the profession within the first 5 years of qualifying. On top of that, 1 in 83 last year were signed off on long-term sick due to pressures of work, stress, anxiety. That's 3,750 human beings. You may know one of them. Friends, colleagues, family. We have reached an epidemic of stress in our schools, and it is a reality that needs facing. But what if we could, as individuals, take little steps to start to place the same emphasis on staff well-being as we do for the mental health of the children that we teach? What would that look like? How would that feel? So everyone has a story of how they've struggled, and I'm no different, and wow, was I struggling. So a couple of years ago, I bumped into my old primary school PE teacher, randomly at a museum with my 2 young girls, and as they toasted some bread, he asked me how I was doing and how being a teacher was. And in that moment, I decided to be completely honest, both with him and with myself. And I told him of how much I was struggling, how life had just become too much, and I didn't know if I wanted to be a teacher anymore. I didn't know if I could be a teacher anymore. And then I listened to him, and I absorbed how difficult he had found the role, not just back when I knew him, all those years ago, but in the years that followed, and actually throughout his whole career. And I wasn't alone. I realized
Sorry.
other people felt the same way that I was feeling. Because the reality was that 30 years on from those days with him in PE, I was the broken one. I was the one struggling to simply cope, let alone stand up and teach outstanding lessons every day. And 2 weeks after that seemingly random catch-up with that old school teacher of mine, I was signed off work sick and in danger of becoming one of those 3,750 teachers that stay signed off. And I made a choice. And my choice was to survive. So I have always loved yoga. I loved yoga so much that I signed up for a yoga teacher training course with the best teachers at the most amazing, beautiful, wonderful studio, but I wasn't going to do it. I was going to cancel my place because life had just become too overwhelming. But the universe, which already I know sounds a little bit yoga-like, so I knew I was on the right track, lined things up a little bit for me and made it just a little bit easier for me to say yes. To say yes to that cause and yes to myself. And never have I been more thankful of the timing of this yoga teacher training starting, because it taught me everything I needed to know to start to put my pieces of myself back together. If nothing changes in our schools, and emphasis isn't placed on staff well-being, then the extraordinary human beings that teach or have the mind-blowing task of teaching the next generation of extraordinary human beings will lose their sparkle. And their drive, their determination, their passion will go. You are so important. You are so significant. Yes, a change in the way that the education system views staff well-being would be wonderful, life-changing, teacher-saving. But what can we do as individuals to begin to collectively move mountains? It is so simple. Take care of yourself. That's it. If we can commit to taking care of ourselves, if we can start to change our perspective about this thing called work-life balance, support each other along the way, then a change can happen. We have stopped listening to ourselves. We are starting to become disconnected and separated from our lives. How often have you wished your day away, your week, your school term, just to get to the evening, the weekend, the next half term, just to breathe? That right there is how we are becoming disconnected and separated from our lives. But you can change and improve your life. You can increase your happiness levels and your connections with the world around you and those people in it. I know you can, because knowing this to be true is what saved me. Saved me from staying broken, saved me from quitting a job that I actually loved, saved me from separating myself from my own children, my family, my friends. So I said it was simple, but how do we even begin to take care of ourselves? Grab a notebook, start a journal. Tell yourself that you are enough, and do that every single day. Drink enough water, exercise. Practice mindfulness, which is just meditation, which is just sitting still, quietly, for a few minutes. Try yoga. Get curious about your relationship with your phone and social media. Practice random acts of kindness. Ask for support and begin to connect with who you truly are. Why? Why bother? Why bother doing all these things? Because you are exquisite.
Okay. All right. How did you guys like that video? I hope you liked it. The best thing I think I take out of that video is what she said about, asking for help, sitting still, simple things like that, exercising, drinking your water, journaling, all those things that we kind of take for granted, but giving yourself a couple of minutes throughout the day to just sit still and breathe, and just at the end of it, think about, okay, these are the tasks I'm going to be able to complete today, and these are the ones I'm not. When someone asks you to do things that you can't do, it's okay to say no. and someone else can do it. Just don't overdo it. Anybody else got anything from the video they would like to share? Anybody? Okay. You can put it in the chat as we go along, and then I'll see it later. Okay. So examples of the practice. So be kind to yourself. Really big. You didn't get something done. You were late to work. It's okay. Take time to breathe. You're fine. Miss Shy was just helping me a couple minutes ago before we even got on the Zoom. I was having a really rough day, and she's just like, "You got this. You know, you're good. You're fine. You're gonna do great." And so yeah, I took that same knowledge, like, "Okay, yeah, you're right. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. I'm good." So mindfulness, just being still for a couple minutes, taking a deep breath. Practice random acts of kindness. You would be surprised how you would feel giving away things to someone, or buying them a cupcake, giving them some coffee, or just saying, like, Shy helped me today, about you got this, you're okay, you're gonna be fine. So those are amazing things she did to help me today. And then asking for help. Asking for help is super big. Like I said, if you need time to get out of the classroom, you need help with a project, you need a teacher to step in to help you with something, don't be afraid to ask for help. So now we're going to discuss and develop. So we can do this, actually we're going to do this as a large group instead of doing breakout rooms. So if you guys feel free to unmute or put in the chat. We're going to talk about ways that we can, let me read the questions. Take time to breathe as we listen to the sounds of water. We're going to do that for like 2 minutes, and then we're going to think about ways that we can what things that we can take back with us to work. How can we breathe? How can we be kind, random acts of kindness, all those things we talked about today. Miss Deborah, did you have something to say?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Can you guys hear the audio?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I'm gonna take 2 minutes. You're gonna breathe and listen to the music. Okay. All right. So let's talk about some strategies that we're going to take back with us to implement in our classroom. Anybody want to share some things that they learned or some things they already do that can help others? Okay, I see somebody got in the chat. So I think a lot about us as teachers, forget that just because we start the day 100%, that we go throughout the day, that percentage goes down, yes. And taking those few steps to step back, recharge, breathe, and make a difference. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. Taking those couple minutes to just breathe, even in that moment. Like I said before, when that kid is through the paint or doesn't want to do the project, crying and screaming, just take that breath and breathe. You can do this. Think about what that child needs at the moment, even if it's walk away. Take that moment. Good job. Thank you. Miss Deborah, I like to do deep breathing techniques throughout the day. Yes. And have the children join in with me. Yes. Teaching them, modeling with the children. That's perfect, Miss Deborah. Thank you. Getting out and in nature. Yes, yes, yes. So important just to go outside and breathe or read a book, have a picnic for for your students or even for yourself. Okay, and then we got move out into the classroom, take a time for sure, taking time out. And then we stop and breathe, take a breath. I know it's been, I know it's been repeated a few times, but it works. Oh yeah, for sure. It definitely works. Thank you for sharing. We also enjoy being outside and they're far away. Fairway, we are outside all day. It just resets everyone for sure. For sure. Thank you guys for sharing. I definitely hope you guys take these back with you. I promise just taking breaths or going outside will definitely change your mood. All right. So next page, we have some resources. Ms. Shai will send you guys all these resources in your follow-up email. We got some self-care for teachers and take care of yourself to reduce stress. That TED Talk that we just watched, you can watch the rest of it. I sent that also in the resources. And we always have different trainings going on at Early Learning Coalition. You can always log in for those. And then I wrap up. We talked about self-care and define self-care and how it involves incorporating activities aimed to restore and improve your physical and emotional well-being into your everyday life. We shared ways self-care is important in our successes and challenges. And we explored strategies for teaching self-care and how to use it, and then discuss self-care or discuss steps and develop a program-wide action plan. So I hope you guys enjoyed this training. Again, my name is Quanda Willard. I'm a co-chair at Early Learning Coalition. If you guys ever need anything, there's my contact information. And I hope you guys have a great day. Anybody have any questions or anything they want to say before they're getting off? No? Thank you guys.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Also, everyone, I put